My voice whispers, "Every betrayal begins with trust." I step forward in a tight red dress. My eyes are cold and unflinching. It's been 2 years since that fateful day. 2 years since my life shattered like thin ice under a winter moon. He chose her over me. But tonight I have the last word. Tonight, I make him pay. I glide across the room, past the chattering guests, their laughter grating on my nerves like nails on a chalkboard. My eyes, they're everywhere and nowhere. Focused yet unseeing, reflecting the flickering candlelight. I am a specter of vengeance, a ghost returned to claim what is hers. A sudden memory surfaces, pulling me from my thoughts. A white gown, soft satin whispering against my skin, the scent of gardenias heavy in the air. I'm younger, happier. I see Daniel, his eyes shining with love, his hand covering mine. We dance, the world fades away, and I believe our happiness will last forever. But then, a discordant note, a jarring image that crashes into my blissful reverie. A hotel room, dimly lit, the air thick with unspoken tension. Daniel, his face etched with concern. And there she is, Sophia, her hand resting on Daniel's arm, their fingers intertwined. Betrayal. The word echoes in my mind, bouncing off the walls of my sanity. In my head, I whisper, I gave him my heart, and he shattered it. My grip tightens on the glass of wine. It feels like a lifeline anchoring me to the present, pulling me back from the abyss of despair. My eyes, they flash with newfound determination. The woman I once was, the gentle, trusting wife, she's gone. I'm no longer that naive girl who believed in happily ever afters. I am a force to be reckoned with, forged in the fires of adversity. I stand up, my dress rustling like dry leaves underfoot. I walk towards the window, the city lights blurring through my tears. Tonight, I will reclaim my life. I will show them both what it means to lose me. With each step, I feel my resolve hardening into ice, my emotions becoming as cold and unyielding as the marble floors beneath my feet. I stare at my reflection, the moonlight painting my face in shades of gray. My eyes, they're colder now, harder. They no longer hold the warmth of love, but reflect the chill of a winter night. I need to train, to become stronger, sharper, more seductive than ever before. To get close enough to whisper in Sophia's ear, "You'll never win if you think you can defeat me." I must become the shadow that haunts her dreams, the specter that follows close behind. For months, I train, push myself to the limit, lifting weights, practicing martial arts, learning how to fight. My body becomes a weapon, every muscle, every sinew honed to perfection. My reflection stares back, a warrior in the making. I'm not just getting ready for revenge. I'm getting ready for myself. I spend hours in front of the mirror, studying my movements, perfecting my form. I need to become the embodiment of feminine power, dangerous and alluring. Each movement, each gesture, each glance becomes a calculated choice. I'm not just playing a role, I'm living it, breathing it. The alcohol burns going down, fire in my belly. With every glass, I make a silent vow to myself. This is not just about revenge. This is about reclaiming my life, about showing them what they've lost. The day finally arrives. I know where Sophia will be, surrounded by her friends, celebrating her supposed victory. I don't need to see her. My presence alone will send shivers down her spine. As I approach, I hear their laughter, their voices like nails on a chalkboard. I ignore them, focusing on my target. Sophia sits in the center, the unsuspecting queen bee in her hive. I'm the predator and she doesn't even know I'm there. I flash Sophia a sweet smile, my eyes gleaming with mischief. But underneath it all, I know this is only the beginning of the game. She trusts me blindly, unaware of the storm brewing within me. She thinks she's won, but she has no idea what's coming. I sit down next to her, my presence a whisper of impending doom. She looks at me, a flicker of recognition in her eyes. She knows, deep down, that she's in danger. The party is in full swing. Music blares, lights flash, and people dance like moths around a flame. Tonight, I am the flame, burning bright and beautiful, yet utterly destructive. I turn heads as I enter, every gaze stopping on me like a moth to a flame. I am a whirlwind of red silk and sensuality, a vision of feminine power and grace. They stare, mesmerized by the spectacle before them. But they do not understand the storm raging within me. Across the room, I see Daniel. His eyes widen in surprise, then confusion. He opens his mouth to speak, but no words come out. I meet his gaze, holding it, letting him feel the weight of my presence. For the first time, he sees me as a threat, and fear flickers in his eyes. I watch Sophia. Her eyes narrow, a hint of jealousy flashing between us. The game is on. Suddenly, a hush falls over the crowd. Everyone's eyes are on me, waiting, anticipating. This is my moment. I raise my glass, and in a voice that echoes with power, I say, "To second chances." My eyes lock onto Daniel's, boring into his soul. He looks away, unable to bear my gaze. I turn to Sophia, a cruel smile playing on my lips. After all, isn't that what we all deserve? Daniel reaches out, his hand shaking. He wants to speak, to apologize, to beg for forgiveness. But I cut him off, my voice ringing with finality. No, Daniel, you misunderstand. This night, it's not about second chances. It's about paying the price. He tries to get up, but I stop him with a wave of my hand. Sit down, Daniel. This conversation, it's far from over. With a trembling hand, he sinks back into his chair. The room is silent, the tension so thick you could cut it with a knife. All eyes are on me, waiting for me to strike. I lean closer to Daniel, my voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Do you remember the day we met, Daniel? How could you forget? It was the day your world shifted on its axis, wasn't it? He looks away, unable to meet my gaze. What do you want, Iris? I chuckle, a low, throaty sound that echoes in the silence. Don't you recognize me, Daniel? Don't you remember the vows we made, the promises we whispered? He closes his eyes, trying to shut me out. Stop this, Iris. You're hurting me. I shake my head, my eyes blazing with anger. Hurting you? Daniel, I'm merely scratching the surface. You think this pain is real? Wait till you see what's coming. I press on, relentless in my pursuit of vengeance. Do you remember the day we got married, Daniel? How could you forget? It was the happiest day of your life. Or was it? He flinches at my words, his body trembling with suppressed emotion. I have something for you, I say, reaching into my purse. I pull out my phone and press play. The room goes silent. On the screen, Daniel and Sophia are captured in a compromising position, their bodies pressed together, their faces inches apart. The room is silent, the only sound the pounding of my own heart. Then Sophia speaks, her voice laced with venom. Oh, Daniel, why did you marry Iris? You never loved her. Not really. Daniel's face is ashen. He looks from me to Sophia, his eyes wide with disbelief. How could you, Daniel? How could you betray me like this? My voice cracks with emotion, betraying the strength I've been trying to project. He tries to speak, but no words come out. He looks at me, his eyes pleading for understanding, for forgiveness. But I am not having it. I press on, my voice echoing with pain. You chose her over me, Daniel. You chose Sophia, and now I'm paying the price. But guess what? So are you. The video ends. Silence fills the room. Sophia's face is pale, her eyes wide with shock. Daniel collapses in his chair, his shoulders slumping. I look at them both, my eyes cold and hard. Do you have anything to say, Daniel? To Sophia? They exchange glances, their expressions a mixture of shame and regret. But neither of them says a word. I rise from my seat, my dress rustling like a shroud. I move through the crowd, their eyes following me, their whispers like daggers piercing my skin. But I do not care. I am done with them. As I walk away, I hear Daniel's voice, hoarse and desperate. Iris, please come back. Let me explain. But I keep walking. I do not need his explanation. I do not want his excuses. I am done with Daniel. I step out into the night, the cool air a balm on my burning skin. I look back at the party, the light spilling onto the ground like spilled jewels. Inside, Daniel is begging Sophia to let him go. And as I watch, I smile. a smile of pure, unadulterated joy. For I have the last word. I walk into the rain, my red dress flowing around me like a crimson cape. I raise my face to the sky, letting the water wash over me. The rain falls harder, mixing with my tears, blurring my vision. And in that moment, I am free. Free from the chains of the past, free from the shackles of deceit. I am reborn. I whisper to myself, I lost a husband, but I found myself.